the first week of January. So yeah, it's a funny one because for some of us, I didn't really take a proper break over Christmas and New Year. I did have days that I spent with, the kids and with friends and being really mindful and present and enjoying the time together that we had. And then there were moments that I was working as well. But I can just just get this sense of feeling. So today, Sunday the 5th of January, is like the last day for many people before they go back to work tomorrow. So the schools go back this week, people going back to work, and I sense this sort of like it's like a feeling of heaviness, because there are some people who are going to be going back, to work tomorrow, not wanting to be doing what they're doing, and maybe not happy in their jobs, maybe not happy with their work. So yeah, I just get this real sense of unease at the minute with that. So anyway, let us begin the readings for the week. So these readings are for the week commencing the 6th of January. Like I said, it's the first week in January. So many of us are going back to work or back to school. Maybe you haven't stopped working over the Christmas and New Year. Maybe you have. But for those of you who are going back, if you are feeling maybe some dread because you're like, oh, actually, I don't want to go back, then I do feel like it's worth contemplating what you want out of this year. So the first two cards that I pulled for this week, this is the first one. I am the loving energy of the universe, followed by this one, by spreading loving energy, I attract more love. So the day that I'm doing these readings today is Sunday the 5th of January, which apparently is known as Singles Sunday, and it is the day apparently when most people go online to look for their new love, their new match, their new partner. But I feel like with these two cards, what they're both saying is that in order to attract love to you, you need to be displaying love to yourself and to those around you as well. So it's always difficult to attract love in when we're not showing that love to ourselves. So I feel as if these cards are to do with a lot of self-love. So if you're not already practicing self-love, or if you're not practicing taking care of yourself, then this is something that you need to become aware of and start doing before being able to attract that love in. Because otherwise what happens is you're putting it out there saying, I really want a relationship, I really want a partner, I really want some love to come in. But then it's like there's this barrier up that's repelling everyone from you, which is like, actually, you're not ready to love me because you don't love yourself yet. So that's what I'm picking up from these two cards. It's about practicing self-love. So the way that we can practice this, is mentally speaking kind thoughts to ourselves, which can initially, like if you're not used to doing it, it can seem really weird and it can feel really potentially, just different. It's about rewiring your brain sort of thing. So using affirmations, so like, I am beautiful, I am kind, I am loving, use post-its, stick them at places as a reminder to tell yourself to talk loving thoughts to yourself. So if you're used to saying, for example, I'm silly, or I'm stupid, or I'm crazy, or I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm a really negative person, start thinking about how can you change those words around? How can you start speaking kindly to yourself and loving yourself from that perception? Another way is physical. So in terms of like what we eat. So are you eating food that is nourishing your physical body? Are you doing any sort of physical exercise? Because all of this, again, these are forms of self-love. So some of them might sound basic, but the things that we can just start to practice every day to really sort of change our mindset and change the way that we feel about ourselves as well. So start practicing self-love if you can. If you don't know where to start, then do just stick a comment below. And any questions that you have, do just ask. If you already practice self-love, awesome. Carry on practicing it and doing it as much as you can. So the next one I got was the Angel of Pleasure card. So this one says, take pleasure in the things you do. And I feel like, again, this sort of ties in with self-love, because if we are not doing the things that we love because maybe someone else doesn't like it, or maybe they don't agree with it, then that's stopping us practicing self-love. So if there's things that you do, obviously that are legal, that you enjoy doing, then do them. You know, if you want to go out dancing, but like your other half doesn't want to, just go by yourself, go with some friends. If you want to play guitar, if you want to play a musical instrument, if you want to, whatever it is that you want to do, just really enjoy and embracing the things that you do love to do. Just seeing if there's anything else. And I feel like by doing that again, it lifts you. So I don't know if, like, you know, think about the last time you did something that you really loved doing. Yeah, it makes you feel lighter. It makes you feel just so much more amazing. You know, you're like, yeah, I did that. Oh wow, and you get really excited. And again, it's by doing all of this, it's lifting your vibration and it's raising your vibration. And again, that attracts people in, because they see that you're doing something that you love. Yeah, and they're like, oh my god, that looks awesome, I want to do what they're doing. Yeah. And again, that when people start to see that passion within you, it just sort of radiates out. So the next one, which one is next? This one. So this card is Steady Progress. So I feel like this one goes back to what I was saying earlier about sorry, I'm losing my voice. You know, going back and maybe doing like a 9-to-5 job, and you're like, I feel I'm stuck in a rut. I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. I feel like with this Steady Progress card, it's about, what are your dreams and ambitions, and what steps have you already started making to potentially change the way that you're living or the way that you're working. So, you know, sometimes we see, right, and it annoys me, but, you know, you see sometimes all these Facebook adverts, or Instagram adverts saying, oh, follow me, look how I made 10 grand in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, that's awesome, yeah? And that might happen for some people out there, and I'm really happy for them. You know, some people might win the lottery overnight. Again, awesome. But for some of us as well, it's not about literally getting from here to there in as quick a time as possible. Yeah. So we're here to live and to learn, and it's a journey. So I feel as if the Steady Progress card is about just taking those steps to get to where you want to get to and to get towards your goals. Yeah. Okay. So this card, Peacekeeper. So it says, let go of the need to be right. And when I was looking at these cards just before, when I pulled them, I was looking at this bison, and I was drawn to it, and I was thinking about how the bison ties in with Steady Progress, because I don't know about you, I've never seen a bison run or get anywhere very quickly or very fast. A bison is very slow, very steady. I might be wrong, but that was the image that for me that came to mind. I just thought, oh, bison's very slow and very steady. And again, it fits with that Steady Progress. And with this one, this letting go of needing to be right, I felt as if she's sort of like this lady. It's like she's holding on to this rod quite tightly, as if it's like, yeah, but this is my security blanket. I don't want to let go of this. So I feel as if, I know it says let go of the need to be right, but I feel as if as well there's just a part of you that needs to be let go of. I sometimes come up with these words and I'm like, oh, it doesn't make sense. But yeah, sometimes they need to be let go of. And I get a sense with this card as well about a little bit of stubbornness. So, for example, if, I don't know, say you're in your line of work because your parents always wanted you to be a lawyer or a solicitor, for example, yeah? but you don't actually really want to be a lawyer or solicitor, yeah? But you're doing it to prove them that you can be a lawyer, solicitor, yeah? And I feel like that's this letting go of needing to be right. So potentially doing something or being something for someone else is what needs letting go of. And then the final card I got was, excuse me, clearing. And I feel this is to do with a shift in beliefs and clearing, some sort of shift in perception, I want to say. I mean, there's loads of hearts again down here on the bottom, which is all to do with love. And I feel, again, like the more you enjoy doing the things that you love and the more love and energy that can be emanated, it's a big word for me, emanated from your heart, the more it's like there's this beautiful sunshine, you know, coming from the guy's third eye here, which is just sort of like radiating out. And I feel like, so this week is the perfect week for clearing as well. Excuse me. So on the 13th of January, we have the first full moon of 2020, which is really exciting. So I don't profess to be an astrologer at all, but I follow very closely the moon cycles, and I'm really interested in what is going on with the universe and the planets, etc. So on the 7th of January, if I am correct, Saturn and Pluto go conjunct, which is the first time in years, apparently. So it's supposed to be a really powerful energy coming through. And then on the 13th of January, we've got the first full moon of 2020, which is really exciting. So it's also known as the wolf moon or the blood moon. And there's also a lunar eclipse occurring. So a full moon, if you haven't read about it or know much about it, a full moon is a really, really oh no, croaky, a really, really awesome time for doing any clearing work. So by clearing, and what I mean is like releasing stuff and letting go of stuff, which ties in with those two cards, letting go and clearing. Anything that's just not serving you, that's holding you back, that you don't want to carry forward into the rest of 2020. So I've been, excuse me, oh, I can't stop coughing. So I've been working with the full moon myself and the moon cycles for 2 years now. And I'm going to be running a full moon ritual ceremony on the 13th of January. So if you'd like to join me, I will pop the details below. There is an investment of £10, and there will be a meditation on there, and I will talk you through how to do your own full moon ritual. So if you would like to join me, like I said, I will pop the link below. Anyway, I hope you all have a fabulous week, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye.